What if I told you that the money you plan to live on in retirement could vanish? Not because you lost it, but because you didn't understand the rules. That's exactly what happens when people ignore Roth IRA limits. These limits might sound like boring fine print, but they can decide whether your retirement grows tax-free or whether the IRS knocks on your door with penalties. And here's the twist. The rules aren't the same for everyone. They change based on your income, your age, and even how you file your taxes. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes you'll not only learn what the limits are, but also how smart people legally work around them to keep their money growing. Number 1. What is a Roth IRA anyway? A Roth IRA is a retirement account where you put in money you've already paid taxes on. The magic happens later. When you retire and pull money out, it's tax-free. Imagine putting $6,000 into an account, letting it grow for 30 years, and then taking out $30,000 without paying a penny in taxes. That's the power of a Roth IRA. But there's a catch. The government sets strict limits on how much you can put in each year. Number 2. The annual contribution limit. For 2025, the most you can put into a Roth IRA is $7,000 if you're under 50. If you're 50 or older, you can add a catch-up contribution, making your total $8,000. Think of it like a bucket. Once you pour in the maximum allowed water for the year, the bucket is full. Anything more will spill out and cause problems. If you contribute too much, the IRS charges you a 6% penalty every year until you fix it. That's like paying a fine for using the wrong parking spot. Example: if you accidentally put in $9,000 when your limit was $7,000, you'd owe a penalty of $120 each year until you withdraw the extra. Number 3. Income limits you can't ignore. Here's where it gets tricky. Not everyone can contribute to a Roth IRA. If you make too much money, your ability to contribute starts shrinking and eventually disappears. For 2025, if you're single, the phase-out starts at $146,000 of modified adjusted gross income and ends at $161,000. If you're married filing jointly, the phase-out starts at $230,000 and ends at $240,000. That means if your income is above the top number, you cannot directly contribute to a Roth IRA. Example: Sarah is single and makes $150,000. She can still contribute, but not the full $7,000. Her contribution gets reduced. Now here's the open loop. What if your income is too high? Does that mean you're locked out forever? Not exactly. Stay tuned, because I'll show you a legal workaround most people don't know about. Number 4. Why these limits even exist. You might wonder, why does the government limit Roth IRA contributions? Simple. Because the Roth IRA is such a powerful deal. Tax-free growth forever is like a golden ticket. Without limits, billionaires could hide mountains of money inside Roth IRAs and never pay taxes again. In fact, one famous case showed an investor turning a few $1,000s into billions inside a Roth IRA. The IRS doesn't want a repeat of that. So the limits are designed to keep things fair while still giving regular people a chance to build wealth. Number 5. The 5-year rule you must know. Even if you put money into a Roth IRA, you can't just pull out the gains whenever you want. There's a rule that says your account must be open for at least 5 years before you can take out earnings tax-free. Example: if you open your first Roth IRA in 2025, the clock starts January 1st, 2025. That means the earliest you can take out tax-free earnings is January 1st, 2030. This rule trips up a lot of people who open a Roth late in life and expect instant access. Don't let that be you. Number 6. Contribution versus conversion. There's a big difference between putting money into a Roth IRA, a contribution, and moving money from a traditional IRA into a Roth, a conversion. Contributions have income limits. Conversions don't. That's why high earners use a trick called the backdoor Roth IRA. Here's how it works. You contribute money to a traditional IRA, where anyone can contribute regardless of income. Then you convert that money into a Roth IRA. Yes, you'll pay taxes on the amount you convert, but once it's inside the Roth, all future growth is tax-free. This is the legal workaround I teased earlier. It's one of the smartest moves wealthy people use to build tax-free wealth. Number 7. What happens if you contribute too much? Mistakes happen. Maybe you miscalculated your income or added too much money. The good news is you can fix it. If you notice the mistake before the tax deadline, usually April of the following year, you can withdraw the extra contribution plus any earnings it made. Example, if you accidentally contributed $500 too much and it earned $20, you need to take out $520. Do this before filing your taxes and you'll avoid the penalty. But if you don't fix it, the IRS charges you that 6% penalty every year until it's corrected. Number 8. Employer accounts versus Roth IRAs. Some people get confused between a Roth IRA and a Roth 401k. A Roth 401k is offered by employers and has a much higher contribution limit, $23,000 in 2025, plus catch-up contributions if you're over 50. But the Roth IRA is something you open yourself, and it has those lower limits we've been talking about. Many people use both. For example, they max out their Roth 401k at work, then still put money into a Roth IRA for even more tax-free growth. Number 9. Withdrawals and penalties. With a Roth IRA, you can always withdraw your contributions at any time without penalty. That's because you already paid taxes on that money. But the earnings are different. If you take them out before age 59 and a half and before meeting the 5-year rule, you'll face taxes and a 10% penalty. Example, if you contributed $20,000 over time and it grew to $30,000, you can always take out your $20,000, but if you pull out the extra $10,000 in gains too early, you'll get hit with penalties. This rule makes the Roth IRA flexible for emergencies, but it's still designed mainly for retirement. Number 10. The hidden advantage of starting early. The earlier you start a Roth IRA, the more powerful it becomes. Why? Because compounding over decades makes the tax-free growth huge. Example, if a 25-year-old invests $7,000 a year until age 65 with an average return of 7%, they'll retire with around $1.4 million tax-free. But if someone waits until age 40 to start, even with the same contributions, they end up with less than $500,000. That's a $900,000 difference just by starting earlier. Number 11. Common myths beginners believe. Myth 1. I can't touch the money until retirement. False. You can always take back your contributions. Myth 2. It's too late to start. Wrong. Even if you start at 55, you can still benefit from catch-up contributions and tax-free growth. Myth 3. I make too much money, so I can't have a Roth. Not true. Remember the backdoor Roth strategy? That option is still open. Number 12. What happens if the government changes the rules? Some people worry the Roth IRA will lose its tax-free benefit in the future. While no one can guarantee government policy, history shows that once money is in a Roth IRA, the tax-free promise is very hard to break. Changing the deal retroactively would cause outrage and shake confidence in retirement systems. So while rules like contribution limits may shift each year, the tax-free nature of Roth withdrawals has remained intact since the 1990s. Number 13. Roth IRA for kids. Did you know even minors can have a Roth IRA? As long as a child has earned income, like babysitting, mowing lawns, or a part-time job, they can contribute to a Roth IRA. Parents often help fund these accounts to give their kids a head start. Example, a 16-year-old earning $3,000 in a summer job could put that money into a Roth IRA. By retirement, it could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars tax-free. Number 14. Spousal Roth IRA. If one spouse doesn't work, they can still have a Roth IRA using the working spouse's income. This is called a spousal Roth IRA. It allows a couple to double their contributions even if only one person has a paycheck. Example, if John works and Mary stays home, John can contribute $7,000 to his Roth IRA and another $7,000 to Mary's spousal Roth IRA. That's $14,000 growing tax-free each year as a household. Number 15. Multiple accounts, same limit. You can open Roth IRAs at different brokerages, but the total contribution limit applies across all accounts. Some beginners think having 2 accounts means 2 limits, but that's not true. Example, if you have a Roth IRA at Vanguard and another at Fidelity, and your limit is $7,000, you can't put $7,000 into each. You must split the $7,000 between them. Number 16. State taxes and Roth IRAs. Roth IRA withdrawals are tax-free at the federal level, but what about state taxes? Most states follow federal rules and also make withdrawals tax-free. But a few states may treat contributions or conversions differently. Always check your state's rules so you don't get surprised later. Number 17. Required minimum distributions. Unlike traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs don't have required minimum distributions during your lifetime. This means you never have to withdraw money if you don't need it. That makes Roth IRAs a powerful tool for passing wealth to heirs. Example: if you don't need the money in retirement, your Roth IRA can continue growing tax-free and then be inherited by your children. Number 18. Using Roth IRA for a first home. The Roth IRA has a special rule for first-time homebuyers. You can withdraw up to $10,000 of earnings, penalty-free, if the money is used to buy your first home. Example: a couple could each take out $10,000 from their Roth IRAs, giving them $20,000 toward a down payment. It's one of the few exceptions to the early withdrawal penalty. Number 19. Roth IRA versus traditional IRA limits. Some people mix up the contribution limits between Roth and traditional IRAs. Here's the truth. The combined limit is the same. If your annual limit is $7,000, you can split it between the two accounts, but you cannot put $7,000 in each. Example: if you put $3,000 into a traditional IRA, the most you can put into a Roth IRA is $4,000 that year. So here's the bottom line. Roth IRA limits matter. They determine how much money you can shelter from future taxes. Ignore them, and you risk penalties and missed opportunities. Understand them, and you give yourself a powerful tool to build a retirement that truly belongs to you. The real question is, now that you know the rules, what will you do with them? Will you take action today and secure your tax-free future, or will you wait and let the opportunity slip away? What's stopping you from opening or contributing to a Roth IRA right now?